All right, let's take a look at the chart action for Ethereum. All right, so in my last couple videos, we were watching this channel pattern, something like that. We broke out to the upside. We hit the target right there. What I was kind of wondering is, can we come up and retest this previous resistance right here? Before, my target was somewhere around here, this previous resistance, something like that. We came up, hit that target, we came above it, and we were bouncing right above it, pretty much, something like that. We were bouncing on top of it. Now what I'm looking at is, can we come up and retest this one? I've been pretty much talking about this in my videos. Can we come up and retest the previous highs? And it looks like Ethereum is getting really close to that. So what I did is I did some horizontal red lines at the top of this body on the 4-hour time frame, and then the top of the wick, the top that we've gotten. And these are sitting at 4,375 and 4,171. What I'm thinking is, maybe these will give us clues as to when we get up to here, either if we get correction, or if we get resistance, or if we break right through it. In general, I'm just kind of watching these red lines to see what happens at this point. Though, like I said, the first target was right here, and then the second target is right here. Let's see where we could go next. Like I was talking about that at the end of my Ethereum video on my last one. Maybe we can be looking at a bull flag, something like this. Target from the top to the bottom of that pole, drag that to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of around 4,952. But the only thing I don't really like about that pattern is we're not getting big, huge green candles on the volume. So I don't know. I would like to see bigger green candles if we were breaking out of that big pattern. But like I said, the first target was right here. Second target is right here for now. So let's keep our eyes on this one. Let's see what happens at these red lines. So we're looking at Ethereum to Bitcoin here, and like we've been talking about in my videos, we're watching kind of this pennant pattern play out, something like that. We're getting a breakout to the upside right now. Now we could be kind of conservative about it and even target it as a triangle pattern, and maybe target from the top to the bottom of this triangle, something like this. Drag that to the breakout like that. But in general, what I'm watching is, I want to see if we could break this previous resistance right there, and even this red line right there. And if you haven't seen my videos, this red line is from the previous highs right there. We can zoom out a little bit more, and all the highs over here, this high right there, this high right there, and this high right there, when the price came up like that, I drew red lines. And basically, when we came up over here, we hit that red line and started to get a little bit of resistance and kind of started to go down a little bit. And then, in my opinion, we formed this pennant pattern, and now we're getting a breakout to the upside. We did have declining volume, and we're getting a little bit of breakout right here, like a little bit of green candles, but I would like to see more green candles in general, more volume. Like I said, I really want to see us break this line before we start really targeting from the top to the bottom of this pennant and dragging that to the breakout and looking at targeting the next red line, pretty much that next previous resistance. But in general, we're on the daily time frame right now, and we're getting some nice green candles going to the upside. It looks like we have some pretty good momentum. We broke out of this resistance line right there. If this chart is moving up, that's good for Ethereum. If this chart is moving down, that's good for Bitcoin. Alright, so we're looking at Cardano to Ethereum, and we had a rising wedge going like that. We got a breakout to the downside. That gave me this downtrends, something like that. Basically, if this chart is going down, that's good for Ethereum, and as long as we are in these downtrends, that is good for Ethereum. So we had resistance right here, resistance right here. That gave me this downtrend, something like that. And then we also had resistance right here and resistance right here. We had this downtrend going like that. We broke that going to the upside, which was good for Cardano, and then so we hit that other trend line, and now we're bouncing to the downside again. So what I'm kind of wondering, and I've been talking about on my Cardano videos, is we're looking at previous support levels for support, and we actually came up to this level right here, found support right here, and it looks like we're holding a little bit of support right there. What I'm kind of curious is, are we going to hold the line right here and get a couple more bounces, and then maybe break this downtrend going to the upside, which would be good for Cardano? It'd be a better case for Cardano. Or are we going to break this support line and go to the downside and maybe look for the next support zones, something like that? This one kind of had a little bit more than this area, so I might be looking at this one more. But yeah, so that's what I've been kind of watching on Cardano. If this chart is going down though, that's good for Ethereum. When this chart starts going up, that's going to be good for Cardano. If we can hold support here or wherever I'm watching this trend line basically. If we break this trend line going to the upside, that's when I'm going to start looking at Cardano. All right, so let's jump over the total crypto market cap. We've been watching this. Let me delete some of these lines here. In general, we've been watching this triangle pattern, something like this. We got a breakout to the upside right there. I was saying we can maybe target from the top to the bottom of this triangle, something like this. Drag it to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of approximately 2.33, somewhere around there. Right now, we're sitting around 2.28. So it looks like we still have a little bit of room to go before we hit that target. So let's see if we could come up and hit that target. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen if and when we do. In general, I'm watching this support right here, support right here, support right here, and support right here. We have this uptrend going something like that. Until we break this uptrend going to the downside, I'm kind of wondering if we could come up and test this previous resistance we had right here. I'm looking at around 2.46 trillion. Right now, we're sitting at around 2.28 trillion. Alright, so in general, I don't have any clear targets for you with any patterns, but I'm looking at the previous resistances right here and right here on Ethereum. This is sitting around 4174 and 4375. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're going to come up and get a correction? Or do you guys think we're just going to blow past these previous highs? Like I was saying, we might be able to target this flag pattern, something like this. But the only thing I don't really love about this is that we're not getting a lot of volume breaking out right here. I would like to see bigger green candles, something like that. So we're looking at something maybe like 4,900 something. And so what I'm thinking though is since we're getting declining volume, we might want to also look at the RSI. And you can see that there's a slight bearish divergence. This is trending down, or this is going down from this point to this point. And that's from this point to this point. So this is going up while this is going down. I do think though, if we could break this level right here, or if we could break pretty much this level right here, this bearish divergence won't mean anything. So yeah, it's kind of something to look at. That's the only, when we see this declining volume and the price is pumping, you want to look at the RSI pretty much. So in general, like I said, this is where I'll be watching. Let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys like that video, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys want to support the channel, you can buy some of my NFTs at OpenSea.io/chartaction,